finally it's time to get some work done on this thing again. Pull the cover off of it, and I'm going to try to get the front axle done and in place, painted and everything, and I'm going to go ahead and do that pulley kit to make sure all that fits in place. Get those two things done, and the body will be ready to go. I got to do I got to do a little bit of floor work on that body, but it'll allow me to move forward and get this axle done and finished out, so I can have a rolling unit here. These James Duff arms came with 7-degree bushings. You know, we cut all your spring plates off, and we got the wedges on there for these front radius arms, and now I've got the bushings that come with it are 7s. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put 4s in it, and then set your caster angle at 7, and then that'll give you some adjustment to either go forward or back to dial this thing in when you get to driving it. But it should drive pretty good right where I'm going to set it. And then I got to do the hydraulic steering and make all the arms and stuff. But I got to get to the point where I can get this axle out. I got to pull the chunk out, put new axle seals in it, put the axles in it, and build all the brake stuff. Get all that finished up, painted, and put back under there so I can put the wheels on it so I can get the body back on. And then we bought this bracket kit, front drive kit, that goes on there, and I want to make sure all that fits in case I got to do any frame notching in here for that. So it's going to be fun to get back on it. The front end come out perfectly. I've got your frame set all level and square, and the radius arms in, and I took out the number 7-degree bushings that were in there, and I installed 4. I know when this body goes on and down, it might change a little bit. So I set it at 7 degrees with a 4 bushing in there. That way later on when it's finally done, and if this doesn't drive good, and I bet it will, where I'm setting it right now at 7, you can go in there and move it either back with more bushing or less. Give us a little bit of adjustment when we get done. So that's perfectly fit, perfectly in place. Oh, another good thing about that is the location of your pinion. Your carrier is made on there, and without cutting these ends off, it's going to raise with it. But it put it right at 2 degrees. Well, your transfer case is right at 2 degrees. And so they're going to counter each other beautifully. So that worked out good too. So that's a great spot. So I'm going to leave it there for now. Think about that a little bit. I'll probably call Mike out of James Duff and talk to him a little bit about this before I tack weld them. But I feel pretty good about where I want to weld that. I got your front accessory drive kit in, and I'm going to go ahead and mock it up, and then I'll be done for the day. Alright, getting those spacers in place and all that locked down is a great step forward. I still like welding that in, but I'm going to go ahead and do this pulley kit up here because of any clearance issues I may have. It's so easy to get to right now. I can do any cut and grind and paint touch up if I need to. I don't think I'm going to have to with this kit that I got, or that you got. So this is your side mount. That'll go on there. Alternator mount, and I got a 140 amp alternator in here, and all that. So I'm gonna mock all that up there, and I'll show you what that looks like. And then when I get done talking to Mike out at James Duff, I'll go ahead and weld that in place, and then I can start building your steering system. Your steering hydraulic assist arm has to be welded onto the housing of the front axle there, and I got to know where that's at in relationship to everything else. So that's why I've had to do all this first. But I get that in place. Then I can take this front end out and get it all painted and put it back under there, and then it's under there for good. Well, everything with the bracket kit worked out great. It's all in place, belts on it, fan still spins, didn't have to modify the frame in any way. Then I'll come back in here and weld this in place. Then I can do your steering, then I pull all this out of here, then I can pull the carrier out, put some seals in it, put the axles in it, get all that together, get that painted, get that back under here, and then it's up under here for good. Get some drive shafts made, and just be moving forward. So so far so good. Give you a little walk around to how all this looks. See how good all that fit and worked in. Some of the bolts I've got to change out. Got to modify that lower housing there, water neck, but that worked out good. Fan fits, works good. Very nice, very nice. I just got to weld these in place. I got the number 4 bushing in there. Got the wedges in there all cleaned up and ready to weld. Clearance on the spring. I'll set at 7 degrees with a number 4 bushing. So, so far so good on all of that.